Hey everybody, welcome back to yet another beautiful day in Arizona and another CJ-7 video. Today I think is just going to be a quick update on my attempt to get this thing tuned and running better. I don't know if you saw my last videos when after I installed the O2 sensor, the wideband O2 sensor and gauge. I was having trouble getting this to run really the way I wanted it to, because this down here, this Holley control box, I have adjustments for choke and accelerator pump, and then idle, mid-range, and power. I was having a problem, and I'll put a little clip here from the last video when I was doing this. Let's bring the RPM up. We're way rich there. Way rich. So I'm going to bring mid-range. Let's see where idle goes now. That's made idle go way lean. So I'm having a bit of a problem here getting this set the way I think it should. And that problem is that the idle and the mid-range seem to be doing the exact same thing. It's almost like it's two controls that do, well, I just said the exact same thing. Idle and mid-range are doing the exact same thing. So it's just impossible. And idle and mid-range are different enough that if it's running good at idle, it's then too rich or too lean at mid-range, and vice versa. There's no separation between those two adjustments. So, and honestly, I couldn't remember whether it's always been like that or whether this is something that I caused when I replaced all these potentiometers. One of the problems I always had with this was the fact that I kept kicking and banging the adjustment stalks of the potentiometers till I finally broke them off the board. I think I've got a cure for that too, but in the meantime, I found this. I found another one of these on eBay in beautiful condition for 50 bucks. And this is the first time I've seen one of these appear for under 200. He wanted $25 shipping, but it looks to be in beautiful condition. Claims it came out of a running vehicle. Not sure why you would pull one of these out of a running vehicle and not sell it all as a unit. You know, the throttle body, the wiring, and everything is a unit, but maybe they just didn't want to be bothered, or maybe they pulled this out because they found the closed loop version of it, which uses an oxygen sensor. This is a complete open loop system. So what I want to do is I just want to swap these, and it's just a simple swap, just one plug. There's nothing holding it in except some magnets, which is something I'm also gonna deal with here in the very near future. And let's see if this solves my problem. I have taken the liberty of going ahead and warming it up a little bit, and I am going to set these adjustments so they are all completely in the middle, and I'm going to put it in, and we're going to see how it does. Okay, I have the new one in, or new to me one in. This is the old one, and I managed to break off two of my little extension stalks. For some reason, whoever I bought these potentiometers from, they sent me two with the built-in stalks and two of the flush kind, and I printed these, and I made a mistake and printed them out of resin, and they are nowhere near tough enough printed out of liquid resin. They need to be printed on an FDM printer, but no big deal. The pieces can be pushed out. It didn't damage the potentiometers. It's just an annoyance. I thought they'd look good on the resin printer, and that was supposed to be some extra tough resin, but it's just as brittle about as any other resin I've ever tested. So it's all in. All those adjustments are centered. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Well, thankfully it runs. I also want to mention that there is a big block, small block setting in there, and I did take it apart to make sure it was set to small block. And let's see if we can get this adjusted. 10.911, that's about where it idles like, but let's see if we can adjust the idle to be max or good as we can get it. All right, it's definitely working, leaning it out. One of my problems, though, as I said, my problem was I couldn't, idle and mid-range did the exact same thing. So let's try mid-range now and see what mid-range does. Yeah, mid-range is affecting it at idle. Yeah, I'm guessing it's the exact same problem. I'm going to go ahead and get into it so I can rev it up a little bit. All right. Looks like it's rotated a bit on me, doesn't it? Oh, well, I'm not that worried about it. Okay. Well, it runs good. Well, you get it up at mid-range. And we are running awful rich at mid-range. Let's see if we can adjust mid-range a little leaner. Okay, doesn't like. Likes right around 13. Let's drop it at idle and see if it's now too lean at idle. And of course, it's now too lean at idle. It's the exact same problem I was having before. You can't adjust these mid-range and idle separately, so let's turn the idle back where it belongs. There we go, there's idle around 12.5. Let's go back, rev it up and see where mid-range is now. Yeah, now my mid-range is back to 11. So, exact same problem I had before. So, unfortunately, this is either something that's just the way this is, or something in the wiring or the throttle body. I don't know, but oh well. It runs good. In fact, I think it ran a little better with the other one. Maybe not. It's not fully warmed up yet. No, it runs exactly the same. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.